live.
Greetings and welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of City of Destiny, a part of the Untold Stories Project. Tonight's episode is titled Shatter Me. I am your host and game master, Aaron. City of Destiny is an actual play of Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, from Green Ronin Publishing, using concepts and themes derived from the Emerald City sourcebook, and is set within the connected version of Earth Prime that can be seen in many other offerings from the Untold Stories Project. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20-based system which lets players and GMs create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes of their imagination. It is one of my all-time favorite systems, and one of those things that I love most about it is its inclusion of hero points. Now, these let our heroes re-roll a die, take an extra action, recover from a dangerous condition, or use their powers in new and creative ways. Our heroes each start with one of these hero points, and they can get extra points for good role-playing, funny jokes, clever decisions, from me using their weaknesses against them, something that I would never do because I am a kind and generous GM.
Lies and deception.
Your generosity. If you subscribe, renew a subscription, or donate bits to our stream, you will generate a hero point that can be given to the player of your choice. We are a small but growing network. All of those likes, follows, and subscribes help turn our little PL6 network into the PL14 powerhouses we hope to become. So let's meet our players for tonight, shall we? Say, give us a break, Aaron. Heroes.
Give us a break, Alex.
Aaron. Heroes.
Alex.
This isn't my fault.
Calvin.
Yeah, save that for
I
tomorrow.
don't know. Ethan lost his powers and now your computer doesn't work. I feel like this is your fault.
I'm the victim of this crime.
Aaron did not give us Crucible's performance issues.
No, I did not.
That's true. Ethan's doing his best.
Insert quote from The Rock here.
Right. So, heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you're playing, and answer our question of the week, which is, what is your favorite, quote, messy relationship in superhero media? And please feel free to interpret that however you like. And we will start with Jemmy, because I want to see what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Jemmy. I'll be playing Hexa, or Bella, our favorite witch with no talent who's having to solve all the issues. Way in over her head. So to answer the question, I don't watch a lot of superhero stuff. I mean, like, I do, but I don't. So I have two answers. First is my little joke answer of they're not actually a relationship, if that's what you want to define as, like, romantic, but, like, the fans have done more with less. And that's, Falcon, or I guess now Captain America and Bucky. Because they were hilarious. And I love it. But if we want a more typical, actual, like, romantic relationship, Wanda and Vision. Because, I mean, WandaVision's right there. But yeah, that's really all I got. I don't read comics or anything, which is where all the real mess is. So I'm gonna pass it over to Gary.
Gary, I'm playing Cam Cole, Star Knight, down to about 180 text messages on his phone at this point, so he's having a grand old time.
Nope, there's a couple more.
So I would say late 80s, early 90s, I really liked the dynamic of the relationship between Captain America and Diamondback. You had that, Captain America, and he's fallen for a criminal, and I always love the Serpent Society. I think they're a great villain team. So that whole dynamic and navigating that messy relationship was a lot of fun. I'd like to see that make a comeback at some point.
Diamondback, it was supposed to be in.
Yeah, heard they cut a lot of that out. I was
disappointed.
made me sad.
Well, they had to make room for all those Hulk villains in that Captain America movie.
Hush.
Yeah.
Gary, you're getting a hero point just because I approve of that relationship pick.
Awesome. I like that. I will pass it to Aunt Puppy.
Hi, I am Aunt Peppy. I will be playing Kione, who is going through some sort of existential crisis again. Um, and for the answer to the question of the day, I have two. One is um one is Ivy and Harley, specifically in the Harley Quinn cartoon. Just because it's pure chaos and I just love it so much. But also I just love that relationship in general. So in all forms of its media, I love it. But specifically that one is probably my favorite because it is incredibly messy and just beautifully messy and I love it. And the other one is Kermit and Miss Piggy. They have been one of my favorite relationships since I was a kid, just because I love the Muppets. So that one's one of my. So those are my two answers to that. So with that, I will pass it to my partner in crime, Alex.
We never get to do it the other way around.
I know.
That's awesome. Hi, everybody.
I'm
right. I'm Alex. Today I will be playing the role of Ethan Blackwell, aka Crucible, aka the psychosomatic heartthrob of magnetism. And as for my answer to the question of the day, I'm going to piggyback on Aunt Puppy's pick from Harley Quinn, the animated series, and I'm going to say Kite Man and Golden Glider.
Oh, I forgot about Kite Man.
I love them so much. They make each other worse and they make each other better, and I think every relationship should do that. And I will pass it over to Calvin.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm Calvin. And tonight I am playing the... I didn't open my list. So tonight I am playing the suspicious Spider Queen.
She is suspicious, though.
She is suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
And to answer the question of the day, I guess if I had to pick a relationship that I would describe as messy, I kind of automatically default to, honestly, it's a very basic answer, but it is Batman and Catwoman. Every version of them, there's always this on again, off again, and the opposite sides of the law. There's always some sort of conflict there, and I don't know. It's I think messy is a good way to describe it in most interpretations. And with that answer, I will pass it down to Jenny.
Hi everyone. My name is Jenny, and I play Portal. The question today, I have so many thoughts. So in the MCU, I have to disagree with Jenny just a little bit, unless she intended this when she said Captain America. But I would say Bucky and Falcon.
I said Bucky and Falcon, or I guess now.
Bucky and Captain America.
I said, or I guess now Captain America.
Oh,
because Falcon's becoming.
So we agree on. In comics, Catman and Deadshot. But I think honestly, the one that really gets me is that I love is Elicity from Arrow, because it was so messy for so long, and then it got a very beautiful but very bittersweet ending. And I think I was the last person, so I'm gonna send it back up to Aaron.
All right. I'm distraught that you didn't actually either bring up Peter Parker and his ever-changing love life,
or Cyclops,
or the Scott Summers and every telepath in the X-Men at some point or another, and let's mix Wolverine in there somehow. Mess.
Yeah, I probably should. I thought someone would take it, and I just didn't notice that nobody did.
Fair enough. But for my two favorites, the first is the one that is just wrong, which was Supergirl and Comet, the Super Horse.
What?
What?
So, In the Silver Age, Kara Danvers had a horse that was Kryptonian that had all of the same powers, who for a brief period could transform into a humanoid figure. She did not know that it was her horse. He never told her. And then later on, during the Death of Superman era, they tried to bring in a new version of Comet to have a relationship with the version of Supergirl, Matrix, the one that wasn't Kryptonian but was like a shape-shifting protoplasm blob.
Oh,
So,
dear God.
Yeah, no, everything about that one is terrible.
I'm glad drugs are cheaper in the Silver Age.
But the one that I actually loved, and it was messy, except that it wasn't, was Stargirl and Captain Marvel, or Shazam. When Shazam was a member of the Justice Society, in his, non-powered form of Billy Batson, he started dating Stargirl because they're the same age, they have similar interests. It was perfectly wonderful and wholesome until Jay Garrick found out because of something that they said while Billy was transformed in the Captain Marvel shape.
Oh, no.
And basically, Jay got the entire Justice Society to kick Captain Marvel out of the society because they thought he was going after a 16-year-old girl, not realizing that, well,
She was actually a little bit older than him.
Right, exactly. So absolutely messy, but actually really wholesome. But yeah, so anyhow, talking about messes, when last we saw our heroes, Keone returned to the team after a long, somewhat meaningful conversation with her biological mother. Unfortunately, she returned just as the team were finishing a battle against the current avatar of the Flamebird and Inertia, which led to a whole bunch of hurt feelings, confusion, and possibly to Ethan losing his powers. Our heroes have regrouped and have all tried to settle down to parse everything that they've been through, started sharing some of what they've learned, but I think there's still a lot that needs to be discussed, and trying to figure out what their next steps are. But most specifically, we left off with Whitney attempting to perform the scrying ritual that she learned from helping Bella and Cindy. So let's pick up right there.
What are you doing, girl?
So Whitney she has secluded herself in one of the labs that Mars made available to the team. She has taken out and turned off her comm because she doesn't want that interruption. And yeah, she has said about, like, she doesn't have, I don't think she has the exact same tools and everything, but she is web crafting a sigil on the ground similar to the one that was there when the scrying spell was done. And because she heard the words and saw the actions that needed to be done and the whole shoobity-doo, she is going to attempt
The technical term.
the scientific term for magic.
Very, very technical.
She is going to attempt the scrying spell.
Okay. So the scrying spell that we chatted a little bit about this offline. I am letting you skip the research portion of performing a ritual because you are copying more or less the spell that Bella was performing. For anyone other than Bella, that spell takes 120 minutes to do the ritual, so about 2 hours. And you will need to make an expertise magic check with a DC of 23.
That is possible, but also very failable.
Excellent.
The best kind of roll. All right. Okay, so yeah, 2 hours of time, magic check, and possibly Bella is on the way. Making the roll. And I hope it went through, and I gotta sift through my windows.
Did.
For
You
an-
got a 18. Rolled a 10 for an 18.
So
You're
torn between.
guaranteed to roll better with a hero point.
Yeah, but.
Or a
This-
luck point.
This is another one of those narratively interesting versus mechanically possible things.
I mean, narratively, if you fail, it just fails. But
Oh, no explosion? Okay, I'll try again.
You didn't fail by that much.
Alright, magic check. With the hero point, that would be 26.
okay,
Or the luck point, rather.
right. Okay, so oh, and you also got moral support from I think from Wiki. So
Oh, brilliant. 28 then.
28 then. All right, so you are performing the ritual. It will succeed. You will then get to actually make a perception check when it's over. However, Bella, I need you to give me a perception check
Okay. I didn't have Roll20 open.
because you have magic awareness.
I didn't have Roll20 open, so let me stall.
By the way, I also gave you my hero point for resubscribing.
Yay! He does love me. Working on it.
Hey, do you have a D20 handy? I can pull up your character sheet.
No, I have it. It's just the process of opening everything. We're loading, don't worry. I just need the sheet to finish loading so I can press the button. There we go. Perception?
Perception.
23?
Yes. Oh, you can also probably, because this does take her 2 hours, you can take your fatigue.
Yeah, I'm awake.
So, Bella, you are suddenly aware of magic being performed inside the tower. And because your magic awareness is analytical, you can tell that it is A, coming from the lab that is 3 stories above you, and B, is the same flavor of magic as the type that you perform, but slightly different.
Great. Well, can I go check that out?
Okay.
You don't have to.
I do. Because if you're doing something that I could do, my first thought is, why did you not just come to me? I could do it faster.
Do you know who's doing it?
I have a guess. Look, it's either who I think is doing it, or we have someone who's broken in. So either way.
I'm going to say, either it's who you think it is, or there's a much bigger problem.
So, gonna check it out.
Okay.
Why are they being private? I should be nosy and find out.
Look, I repeat, there's concern there, and also exhaustion. Not the condition, but...
Right.
The sensation.
Okay. I'm assuming that the door is locked, Calvin?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, there's a...
This here just chuckles.
Whitney?
Oh, is this on the other side of the door? Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just,
A spell?
I feel like it wouldn't matter if I said yes or no, if that's what you're asking. But would you believe me if I said no? Because I'm willing to try it.
No.
Damn.
Can you open the door?
Like physically or okay.
like, am I going to, or
I would
can
hope
I?
you physically can.
I mean, she definitely can.
She will unlock the door and peek out. Hey, I thought you were getting some
Asleep?
rest. Yeah.
It's trying.
Well, I mean, I could get you like a glass of water or something.
What are you doing?
Just, well, a spell, obviously.
Yeah, I got that much. You could have just, like, why are you doing it without... I could help you, but
I know, it was something I had to handle. Look,
is this,
there's
like, dangerous?
superhero problems and there's Whitney problems, and this was a Whitney problem.
We have now confirmed that Spider Queen is Canadian with how nice she's being right now.
It's just a little... Okay, so I get that, and I'm not about to tell you off for that, but I am gonna ask, is this personal problem, without making you share it, was it really so serious that a phone call couldn't have done the same thing?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Just tell me if you're gonna start doing spells at night.
I mean, I saw how you did it, so I kind of figured I could handle it, and...
No, I'm aware of when you start doing magic at the building, so,
You can... You're just aware of it?
it's an amulet, right, Father? I think,
So
is what my awareness is tied to.
I believe so. Actually, not certain of that now that I think about it.
We just say magical awareness.
Yeah, I think that's just a thing that you have from your just general knowledge and family lineage.
Yep. Alright, then, cool. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, it's just I grew up in the Coven. There was magic everywhere, and it was kind of important to understand it, so I'm aware of these things. It changes the earth around us a little every time you do it.
Huh. Good to know.
If
Look,
it's
yeah.
if it's not major, I won't pry, but just concerned me. It's okay.
I know, and I'm doing my best to be careful here, and... I mean, I just didn't want to get anyone on the team involved. I think we've got enough going on as it is.
I get it. I'm just making sure you're okay and that there's no one breaking into our place and doing magic.
And, you know, if I asked for your help and it didn't work out, it would just be really embarrassing to have to go through the whole process. And
I mean, wait, what are you doing that it might not work out? And you've seen me do this like 10 times now. Wait, no, you haven't. You only saw me do it once, haven't you?
yeah, just that time.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if the spell wouldn't work if the target wasn't alive, per se.
Oh. Are they alive?
Well, I'll find out in a few more minutes.
I hope they are then. Do you want me to get you anything while I'm up?
You know, I think I could use that glass of water, actually. I've kind of been at this for almost a couple hours now.
Right, most people don't do them how... Okay, yeah, I can go get you some water.
Okay, and thanks. I know this is a concern thing, and if it becomes a big deal, if it becomes a superhero problem, I'll come to you first.
Awesome. I'll get you that water. I hope it goes well.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Right.
I'll go get that water then for Whitney.
I can't help but imagine Hexa doing the same thing to Keone. What do you want?
thanks for that one, Father.
I mean, I thought you might want to know.
No, I mean, like, as she comes back with the water, I guess I should share that. As this is the, I, sorry, forgot to mention there, technically it will find them even if they're not alive.
Good. Good. It would be good to know then.
Well, yeah, but whatever. Sorry, just thought I should mention.
Yeah. Look, the sharing of private business thing is still a bit of an adjustment for me. I've been in the city for like a week, and the list of people who know my secret identity has multiplied by several times.
You don't have to share. I'm not trying to pry. I'm just.
No, I don't know. I don't want you to feel like it's not that I don't trust you guys. It's just that,
Hey.
there's Whitney, and then she points to the mask.
I mean, I guess I don't get the whole secret identity part on my side.
Yeah, we still gotta come up with a code name for you.
Yeah, I guess I should.
Something cool and flashy. That could be part of the training tomorrow. Or today, as she looks at the clock.
It was like the glance at the clock. We're training? We're actually doing that?
Maybe. I mean, as long as nothing in the city happens, it could just be a regular day.
I'm not against team training, but I am still angry with some of the team.
Yeah, no, that's fair, which is another thing that I was hoping we could deal with. Team training isn't just going to be punching stuff, it's going to be the talking bits too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it'll be see how everyone's doing in the morning. Do you want? I don't know. I don't have to be a part of the spell. Do you want me to stick around in case you don't like the results of the scrying and need someone to talk to?
She looks for a moment like that would be a good idea, but she's incapable of answering a question seriously. So she will say, well, yeah, I mean, I think some of my runes could use a spell check, if you don't mind.
Sure, I can do that. And then, whatever you see will be just you seeing it, but if you need to talk, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I don't know if you picked up on the spell check thing, because that was two meanings. Take out your comm, by the way, if you brought it.
Just gonna hand her the water and go check the runes.
Looking at the runes and other spell work, you can see one spot where it looks like she made a mistake, but then realized it, not scratched it out, but wiped it out and then rewrote it. Other than that, it looks like it's all well done and, functional and relatively safe. Maybe not quite as exact as you would have gotten it, but it certainly should work and do what it is intended to do.
Give it a little thumbs up. You look all good.
Oh, good. All right, well, nailed it my first time.
Yeah. Just going off memory. Really good work.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was going to use the one you already made, but then Roberta cleaned it up, which was very nice of her, but also kind of a pain.
No, I get that. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I never had to deal with that issue either before.
You didn't have a robot maid.
I didn't have family who walked into my room because there were so many rooms around it.
Oh, that too.
And yeah, I guess now with someone else here, Spider Queen is going to sit at the edge of her spell circle and see what she can see.
All right. Well, we've already established that you succeeded in the expertise magic check. So once you've completed the spell, which would take about 2 hours total, I need a perception check, as you are using a remote sensing effect.
Okay, here we go. a pretty good roll.
Go, Spider Queen.
21?
21, you say?
Indeed.
The DC was 15. So, Calvin,
Yeah.
I am going to show you what you see and hear.
Ooh.
Because I can do that with roll 20 now.
Okay. I'm going to try my hardest to have a blank expression.
Yeah, okay, good luck.
It is... I'm on it on my actual account, but it is blank for me at the moment.
Okay. You may have to focus ping. Oh no, it's because I did it as the stream camera because I was thinking that was how you would see it. Let me just real quick give you the vision of that camera.
Okay.
Or you can look at it on your screen camera screen.
Yeah, we're not on the Roll20 window. Whichever is easier for you then.
It'd be easier if you just switched to that screen.
Okay. I am on stream camera.
All right. Focus ping.
Stream camera is still...
Oh, I didn't move stream camera vision.
Don't worry. So I am in here on 2 accounts, so...
Yeah. All right, let's try that again. Let's just give this the token. Controlled by you. Save settings.
Okay, there we go.
So,
Oh.
what you are aware of, because the spell does give you a little bit more than just sight, is Shannon is located in Emerald City, probably about a mile below City Hall. In this room, there are a variety of chemicals, instruments, and devices. There are a number of armed and armored guards, and a teenage boy who is strapped to a gurney. Currently, your aunt is not saying anything or, talking. You can pick up sounds from outside of the room, but they're muffled and vague, and you can't, you can tell that there are lots of other people around her, but you can't make out words. If you'd like, I will allow you to give me an insight check to kind of get a read on what your aunt is feeling.
Absolutely. I'm gonna re-roll that because this is very important.
I mean, it'd be hilarious if you get it wrong, but
it would be.
No, it's fine.
But this is
no, I approve. It's fine.
Much better. 27.
You can tell that she is most certainly there unwillingly, under duress. She seems to be in decent health, but she has definitely lost weight from the last time you saw her. Probably has a few more gray hairs than the last time you saw her. And yeah, definitely not happy about what she's doing, but resigned to it, maybe. So.
And Whitney will just hold on to the vision for as long as she can to see if anything else changes, if there's any other, identifying markers on, the guards or anything like that, but she is mostly just focused in on her aunt and feeling a mix of guilt and, at this point, seeing these guys rage and seeing the condition she's in.
You have expertise superheroes, right?
Yes. Yep.
Give me an expertise superheroes check.
That's a 13.
13. There is a logo insignia on their armor, but you don't recognize it. You can make it out well enough that you could maybe do some more research when you're done with the vision, but you don't specifically recognize it. It looks almost like a chess piece of a horse head. A knight. So. I'm gonna pull you back. To the group.
And as I guess the spell is ending, she's seeing this fade away. She probably still has that glass of water in her hand, and didn't notice it over the course of this vision. And then, again, just seeing her aunt in that condition, she's been squeezing it tightly, and then as the spell ends, it just, like, shatters in her hand.
That's appropriate.
And gonna be a big bloody mess.
Also that.
That's
Most
Bella's
likely.
first spot. Just the, I don't know. Not good.
She's, like, staring at the ground for a moment before looking up. Bit of... Well, it worked. Well, it definitely worked.
Let's go deal with your hand.
And it's like she just realized that happened.
Yep, just gonna gently grab the wrist and lead her to the kitchen to wash it, and she's hoping there's a first aid kit there nearby. I don't know the layout of the tower, if there are med kits in the kitchen, but I would assume there should be because knives.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wash your hand, try to get as much glass from it as you can, then we can try to bandage it up.
And she is doing that, but there's like this 1,000-yard stare in her eyes as she's just thinking over what she'd seen and committing that symbol to memory.
There's a little bit of silence to just let that processing happen. Before just the, do you need to talk about it?
Yeah, this, I think this just became a superhero problem.
Alright, start talking, as she'll start dealing with the hand.
And she will... So, yeah, this isn't exactly my first time in Emerald City. I used to come to this town a lot to visit my aunt, Dr. Shannon Kane. She's a chemist. She used to travel a lot for work. She actually found this amulet, the one I'm wearing right now. I got it from her. And the day I got it from her was the last day I saw her. She has a penthouse. Actually, you can probably see it from the roof of this building. Well, she had, I guess I should say. Anyway, I don't know who it was, but someone broke into her place when I was there. She stuck me in a safe room. She gave me this thing. She told me to wait. She told me to just keep my head down. And I couldn't hear what was happening, there was an argument, a fight maybe. I'm still not sure, but I waited in there for hours, even after it got quiet. I didn't poke my head out for a long time. By the time I did, the place was trashed and she was gone. And I had no idea what happened to her this whole time. All I knew was, because I didn't do anything, because I hesitated, someone came in and did something to her that, if I had done something, maybe I could have stopped. But then I had this, and then I had these powers, and I was trying my best to not let that sort of thing happen again, you know? If I have the power to help someone, then I have the responsibility to do it. Otherwise, whatever happens is on me. And I don't know. I never thought I'd be able to make up for what happened, but you know, I was going to university in the city, and my first plan was to just investigate on my own. But then here come the Stormbreakers, and they let me in the tower, and they let me go wherever I want, and I figured I was going to use their computers here to do some research, but then along came a scrying spell, and here we are.
So she's alive.
Yeah, she's alive. She's in the city. She's beneath City Hall. So,
City Hall.
I gotta have a conversation with the mayor, apparently. But
yeah.
more importantly, she's being held by these guys with, like, this chest symbol.
What's it look like?
It looks like a knight in chess.
Cool. Hey, Father.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of knowledges.
you do.
Does any of that ring a bell that I could roll a knowledge on? Or
What
expertise?
knowledge? Huh?
Or expertise?
What expertise do you think you should roll?
Well, here's the question. Do they sound like a cult or like a villain team?
Villain team.
Pop culture?
Sure, but the difficulty is going to be pretty high.
I have the list of art, history, linguistics, magic, pop culture, and religion.
Pop culture is going to be your best get.
Yep, let me try that one then. If it goes through. I love Roll 20. Can't you tell?
You know, the most disappointing part is that
Oh, wow, okay, nope,
nope, it's not ringing a bell.
nope.
I mean, 12. I'm sure that meets the really high DC that he set.
Yeah, you know, rolled a 2. Yay.
Yep, not ringing a bell.
Alright, okay. When the others are awake, maybe they'll have more ideas on that.
Yeah. This is the last thing I wanted. I kind of hoped it would just be something simple.
I don't think we're ever going to get something simple again with how this first week has gone.
Yeah, but
Sweet summer child.
this team's already in a bit of a shift right now.
Yep.
The last thing it needs is more problems.
Hey, no, don't say that. Your aunt is being held captive under City Hall. This is an issue I think we can deal with. And we should.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll talk to them in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably not going to be moving my stuff tomorrow.
I still need to move mine too. I don't have much, but just enough so I can at least not have to keep paying rent for that apartment.
But thanks for the help there.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're the new ones, right? Minus Star Knight, but he's asleep, probably.
Well, I mean, it's he's got all the space to worry about, so I'm sure he needs to sleep when he can.
Yeah, but
No, that's a good question, though. Like, does he sleep at the tower? I'm sure he's got a big, fancy place of his own.
Will we visit the mansion, Star Knight?
I don't know, Gary.
He is currently sleeping in the tower.
I was gonna say I don't know that he has a place in Emerald City yet.
No,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, that's
LA.
fair. His mansion would be in LA, wouldn't it?
And mansion, probably.
McMansion?
We fly in a private jet, Star Knight.
Don't need a jet anymore.
He flies faster than one.
It's the aesthetic. No, but yeah. Just anytime. All right, I got your back.
Yeah.
I know I've been a mess today, but
No, I mean, with good reason.
yesterday?
Oh God, yesterday, because it's very late.
Yeah.
yeah. New breakers got to stick together.
Now we're doing spells behind my back and waking me up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I didn't know that would wake you up.
But I mean, I guess I'm glad I was here.
I mean, my hand is glad.
Definitely. I'll also tap her with the wand once I've bandaged it, just to give a little extra healing.
Sure.
What kind of sound does the wand make when it does its tap?
Nothing.
It's no fun.
It wasn't made to be fun. It was made because I kept blowing myself up and my sister didn't want me to die. Actually, my mom.
But where's the whimsy?
I think they lost their whimsy
You
with
haven't
me.
met Bella's mother yet. Whimsy is not a word that applies.
Especially not when once again her child keeps blowing themselves up.
Oh. You subscribe to the Harry Potter philosophy of magical research. I'm not dead yet.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Look, y'all have yet to get to hear how much Bella was struggling to even find her footing.
Oh, that was actually a question I wanted to make because I just wanted a visual.
So Der Haas pops in next to your foot right now.
Good.
You should be in sleep.
Yeah, I know.
I should be asleep.
Can you not sleep without me?
No.
Sorry, little
If
guy.
you're awake, I'm awake.
Huh. Didn't know that one. Adding that to the list of things I gotta find out.
You normally are very good about getting 8 hours of sleep, so I've never had to tell you before.
I am?
Eventually.
I don't think multiple naps throughout a day counts as a good 8 hours of sleep.
It adds up.
I guess. Alright, but I guess you're right. Wanna go nap? Or, I would say sleep, but I guess it is more like a nap now.
Yeah.
He just starts hopping down the hall.
No.
I think he'll kill me if we don't, so. Get
So
some sleep.
Jemmy, I need to know, just for my own mental image.
Yes!
Bella, is she... I know, like, magical powers she's no good at. She does rituals. Is she good with rituals? Does she have an aptitude with rituals? Or is that also something that comes with lots and lots of hard work?
Lots and lots of hard work.
So
She
the fact that
literally...
Spider Queen saw the spell once and got it to work, I'm imagining her face had all kinds of greenish tints to it.
Technically, no, because that's what makes Bella so good at rituals, is she can see it once and do it.
Okay. So that's what I was wondering.
It's just that rituals is the only thing she can make work. So she's literally learned every ritual she can get her hands on.
Yeah. So she does have an aptitude for actually doing and performing
Yes.
and studying rituals. Okay. Okay.
But that aptitude is based on lots
Lots of-
of experience,
Yes.
Yeah.
not based on the first time she ever saw a ritual, she was able to do it.
Gotcha.
Rituals
okay,
are
okay.
also hard, so.
I mean, I learned from the best. They just
Yeah.
didn't know I was learning from them.
Yeah.
She's
that's
the B
definitely
student
funny.
who surpasses the A student by busting her ass supremely.
I mean, I repeat, that's what makes the difference between Bella and her sister.
Okay.
Juliana was gifted from the start.
This sounds like a in-character conversation that should happen at some point.
Later, yes.
I just wanted that image in my mind. Like, was there like a tint of jealousy? But sounds like probably not.
Just a little, but there's also the bit of respect.
Okay.
Oh.
Saying, frankly, Bella's used to other people having more magical talent than her.
Yep. There was the respect of the, just seeing it once to be able to remember it all is pretty good.
Now, when Star Knight does the ritual tomorrow,
That'll piss her off.
Portal does it the day after.
Yes, that will piss her off.
That will piss her off. Another magic user doing it well isn't annoying her.
Got it.
All right.
Okay. Was anyone else doing anything overnight
middle.
other than getting some sleep and moping?
I
I
mean,
can multitask.
yes, but we have lines and veils for a reason.
nice.
You are spending a enjoyable evening with your fiance.
Not fiance, not yet. Nope. We're
Oh no,
just
right.
boyfriends.
Sorry. Boyfriend.
He got a watch, not a ring.
Right.
What was funny is I was gonna put Star Knight in the kitchen, but it would make more sense for him to be in the conference room because he's still trying to solve his own mystery, and so he would have been in the conference room watching more clips on the conference room TV of the fight and trying to figure out the whole Talix thing. So that's where he eventually fell asleep at.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought the ritual was being done up in one of the labs.
Yeah.
I took her to the kitchen.
You
Yeah,
took her to the kitchen.
Kitchen. So almost had Star Knight there asleep at the table, but I figured he would have actually been trying to do some stuff too.
Yeah, you'd want to be somewhere there were actually like monitors you could use to
Yeah.
pull stuff up. And Ethan and Cindy, I'm assuming, are not sleeping together tonight.
Oh no. Keone went
Even
into
sleeping
the
in the
bedroom.
workshop.
Yeah, Keone went into the bedroom and then immediately locked the door.
And Ethan fell asleep in the workshop.
Yeah.
Okay, so morning comes
I
with
thought,
I'm guessing Ethan was working on something.
I'm trying to fix my box. It's not going so well.
That lack of being able to use your powers to adjust the metal.
Yeah, and that's so good for his self-esteem right now.
Mm-hmm.
well,
He
no,
used
I'm
to be
going
a
to
good
have a
artist.
conversation. I'm going to have a conversation with Tommy when we wake up.
Okay.
Whenever we get to that point.
Sure, we can start right there.
So Tommy,
You may
there's
not
something
be
you
an
need to know.
early riser, but Tommy would be because he has work to do.
Oh yeah. And Portal doesn't stay up late. Doesn't sleep in super late unless he's been up super late, and he went to bed
Right.
at the same time as Tommy. So Tommy, there's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
I didn't tell you last night because, well, I'll explain when we get there.
Because a lot seemed to happen because everyone was in a mood. Yeah.
Ethan's going through it.
Okay. I kind of.
He clearly needed time to himself. That's why I didn't tell you last night. But he needs his best friend. So I don't know what happened in that fight, really, or like what's really going on in his head. But during that fight, he blew it up at some people. He did some not nice stuff. He was angry because he didn't know what was going on with Keone. Like, that's completely reasonable stuff. But something about that has messed with him, and he's convinced he's a failure. He is beating himself up super hard, and his powers are not working.
Ew. Fuck. Well, that's
I tried to talk to him a little bit when we first got back, but this is best friend territory.
yeah. Game master question, because I can't remember. Has anyone told Tommy yet that Reyna is the Firebird?
I thought Portal did.
Oh, and by the way,
BT
that
dubs.
Firebird that flame bird that we fought, yeah, that's Reyna.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
is not by any chance, but like, I know your instant thought, Flamebird and Keone, bad. She's not like been taken over by some villainous force though. She was not. She was trying to stop her brother, right alongside us. In fact, that's how Ethan got knocked unconscious. Is she threw a fireball at her brother, but her brother was insubstantial and it went right through him. Ethan jumped in front of it to save. Ethan was Ethan. Save the
Right.
civilian.
Okay. Pants, coffee, and then I'm gonna go find Ethan.
Coffee therapy.
I'll go shoot a coffee. Give him a kiss on the cheek and head out to the kitchen.
What's Cindy's morning looking like?
She's spending a lot of time doom scrolling, laying in bed before she gets up.
Okay.
She gets up and takes a shower, goes into the kitchen. I don't know who's still in the facility, but she'll make breakfast assuming everybody is there.
I mean, I'm in the kitchen making a pot of coffee.
Okay. So she'll make kind of everybody breakfast. She'll make her boob pancakes. And she'll make a plate. She will not talk to anybody. So she won't acknowledge anybody being around her. So she's just kind of quietly, which is very strange.
When Portal says, "So how are you doing?" she doesn't respond.
No.
Okay.
Nope. She just kind of
Okay.
hands you a plate and then makes up 2 plates, and then she walks towards Ethan's lab. That's
Okay.
what she's saying.
So she will probably bump into. Well, no, I'll let you get there before Tommy would have arrived. So.
And she will just come over. She'll come over to Ethan and just set the pancakes down, kiss him on the forehead, and leave. Like, she won't say anything to him. She'll just leave.
I'm gonna poke my head into the bedroom. Sweetheart, do you want boob pancakes?
Is water wet?
All right, here you go. And I hand him both a plate of boob pancakes and his coffee just the way he likes it.
Okay.
That is all. And then Keone will just go back to the kitchen and eat and make herself a mimosa with mostly not orange juice.
This is gonna be a
Spaced
weird
on
sight
what-
to walk into.
I have
Yeah.
to do it. I have to do it. Yeah, puppy, make a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hold on, I gotta open my character sheet. Where am I?
I love breakfast vodka.
Say if it's vodka, it's not a mimosa anymore.
Champagne, whatever.
Where the am I?
Your house, I
Oh,
presume.
there. Oh my God. I was like, where is my character sheet at? I opened like every single thing that wasn't the character sheet.
Hate when it happens.
Okay,
One of
perception.
these days, I would love to actually see what you guys' Roll20 panel looks like. Because, I mean, mine is crammed full.
Oh yeah, I mean like it's
Well, I use my
like
TV as a
clear.
second screen.
Yeah, it's clear where everything is. It's just my dumb ass is going through every single one of them like that was magically just gonna give me the answer if I just opened a random one. Like, yes,
Okay,
if
yeah,
you
no,
open
you
the one that
totally
says villains, that's gonna show you Keone's character sheet.
you notice the concerned look on Portal's face, and you look down at your drink and notice that there's a portal in your drink. That the orange that is over the orange juice.
Keone just gets another glass down and starts filling it. Just perpetually just keeps getting another. I feel like
No. When she gets the second
one,
one, he sighs.
yeah, she gets one down and then that disappears and she just keeps going.
Well, no, it's more like she's pouring it into a portal inside the glass.
Yeah.
She's trying to make it look like she's trying to subtly de-alcoholize the drink.
Yeah.
So once she caught on, he sighs and gives up.
Yeah, she would give up and then just start drinking straight from the bottle at some point.
Yeah. No, he doesn't let it carry on past you initially noticing.
Yeah.
All right, so
I did not realize Keone's perception was so high. So I don't remember doing that to her character sheet, but
I mean, it's only +10, but
you rolled really high.
you rolled real well.
I did.
Well, let me check. Just in case, I could roll really high too. No. Nope, my 17 does not beat your 28. I mean, we have the same bonus, but you rolled a lot better than I did.
All right, so we have quiet kitchen.
Yeah, Keone's not talking at all.
This is gonna be weird when Bella walks in.
I'm
Keone
eating
will
blue
welcome the
pancakes
distraction.
and
I was gonna say
regular orange juice.
Bella and Whitney and Cam will all be awoken by the smell of breakfast.
Bella wakes up early anyway, even if she's sleep deprived.
Sure.
The sun's awake, so I'm awake.
So you probably have to like greet the sun or something.
Yeah, exactly. Just the sky is awake, so I'm awake. So the earth demands I do shit for it.
Yeah, basically.
The sky's awake, which means that bitch wants me up.
Damn.
The fakes know what they did.
Jemmy, are you bouncing on your bed?
No, I was shifting.
Okay. Because you keep going from like a forehead to a head.
Yeah, it's called my computer is on my lap and nothing else.
Mm.
But yeah. So, just a little walk in, like, good morning.
And Keone will just point to a tray and plates with like bacon and boob pancakes and
why are they boob pancakes? Is this what you got in on?
Like, Portal is talking to you. Good morning.
Hi.
Have you met Keone? Of course they're boob pancakes.
I just wasn't expecting it. Darhas, do you want anything to eat?
Darhas is... Even though he doesn't have hands and shouldn't be able to do this, the fridge is open and he is buried down in the produce drawer.
Are you raiding the carrots?
No, we don't actually like carrots. That's a myth created by Bugs Bunny.
What are you eating then? Lettuce? God, I'm just gonna buy you a head of lettuce.
Darhas, what would you like? We can make you something.
Lettuce.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for
reach into a portal,
spend on lettuce.
Break up some lettuce and place it on a plate and put it in front of him.
I don't think he is.
Like I said, he was eating it right out of the produce drawer. But
oh, okay.
I'm just gonna give him a head one of these days and watch him go crazy.
Cindy will walk over and pick him up with the lettuce and move him over so that she can stroke him and try and
Yeah,
keep it together.
I was about
Dur-
to
Durhas,
say
As long as you
would
bring the lettuce,
to go
he's
to Sydney.
totally fine with that.
Durhas, would you like us to have like a separate compartment with just a head of lettuce in it for you, that you can hop in there whenever you want?
Sure.
Okay, we could probably set that up.
You never offered me anything like that.
Oh, because I don't care.
Cam will come into the kitchen. I'm sorry. He's sorry. He's got parts of his armor. He's got like one arm of the armor and one leg. The protective gel is kind of dried on him where he fell asleep last night. He has a bottle of whiskey, a half-empty glass of whiskey, one cookie left from Keone's batch that she made, and he's got the rest of his armor kind of juggling around. He throws the glass in the sink. Oh, takes the last cookie, dips it in the whiskey.
Showers are that way.
That's it. Yeah. I slept really good.
Good.
You just dipped a cookie into whiskey.
It worked.
Was that
Cindy
just making
points
sure
to
that was
breakfast.
intentional?
Since he has like one leg and one arm on, he's wearing just boxers. That's all he has on under the armor.
Wow, so we all have
That
a lovely.
that right there is Stormbreaker material.
Oh.
It's
Bacon.
like the night none of us can remember except Ethan.
And he will get some black coffee and some bacon. Okay.
Girls just got like the most sugary pancake possible now, with just the mom would kill me if she saw me eating this.
That's the first time I've slept 8 hours in the last week.
Does Ethan emerge from his lab after Cindy came up there with pancakes, or?
No, there's the sound of breaking metal and hammering and cussing.
So much cussing.
Probably doesn't carry 3 floors, but
I love the idea of like hey, should someone go and okay then.
I mean, just is his comm on?
No, his comm's not on.
Okay.
I think we would all have turned off our comms if it was on all night.
that too.
Yeah, Whitney will probably sleep in a bit. The smell of pancakes will wake her up, but she will have been pretty exhausted from the previous night. She will text Julia back home about the events of last night, that she has a lead on her aunt and that she had to tell someone on the team about it, but also that she casted a ritual for the first time, and that was pretty cool.
I do like that Bella's just become the keeper of secrets.
He's got no one to talk to.
She's the keeper of magical secrets.
I mean, you can talk to Durhas,
Yeah, well, he already knows.
right? You can talk to your sister.
I'm not gossiping to my. I need to call my sister.
Julia will text you back a thumbs up emoji and a pentacle.
Bet. That sounds exactly like something she would do. And then yeah, Whitney will make her way down to the kitchen. She'll probably still have the Spider Queen costume on, just with the mask off.
Wait, sorry. What's your friend's name again, Whitney?
It is Julia.
And I have my sister.
Yep.
It's Juliana.
Yep.
Witches and their damn Julie.
I know.
In fairness, I named your sister before I realized that Calvin was going to have an ongoing friendship with the witch from Fariburg.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I also I didn't name her. I just took the Fariburg character.
They are not the same person, Wiki.
Wouldn't that be?
That would be crazy if they
impossible.
were.
right?
I mean, it
Really?
would be.
I mean, illusion spells are a thing.
My sister is my best friend's best friend.
Whoa.
It wouldn't even be hard for a witch to pull that off.
Not for this next coven head.
No.
That would be an incredible twist.
I look over at my father. He's scurrying down, writing notes.
I'm
He's
gonna say it would
writing
also
things.
be a very impressive feat for the PL-14 witch to disguise herself as a PL-6 witch.
No, that's what would make it so cool.
Ooh,
Because
that's
no one
even
would
better.
suspect it.
That's even better. Wiki said that they don't know that they're the same person.
Timeline?
A twist on a twist.
Yeah.
What a twist.
One of them's the Dark
Alright.
Phoenix.
Anyway,
One of them's a clone.
I will very lovingly, while Whitney walks in, just give the signal of the not right now.
And her eyebrows will raise, and then she will assess the team that's currently in the room and possibly some background noise, and just nod and get some pancakes.
Does Whitney even realize that they're boob pancakes?
It might take a sec. She might just like
Whitney's face is not on mute.
So these pancakes look pretty good.
So the first time Keone speaks is when she hears her say that, and she goes, "Yes, they're boobs," just like real shitty, and then just eating.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna. I feel like it's hilarious that this is what makes Bella go, I need to call my sister.
Sorry, Whitney, you're coming in at a weird time. Not for the boob pancakes; those are an everyday occurrence. I meant for Keone snapping at you like that.
Cool.
She'll just snarl at you a little bit while she continues to pet the rabbit like Dr. Evil.
It's cool. I mean, I'm if I'm allowed, I'm just gonna take a couple of pancakes and give you some space. I guess you're just not a morning person,
Or a person.
I think it's her family issues and boyfriend.
Yeah. The team's got a lot of stuff going on right now. Is it a thing we need to discuss, or are we saving that for after? Okay.
Yeah,
We've
good
we've
actor.
been through a lot interpersonally over the last couple of weeks. It's
Weak.
just going to take time. It's not, and please realize it's not at all about you.
Yeah, no, of course not. And take time. Yeah, not too much time. Hopefully, because there is stuff that needs to be done. Speaking of, what are we doing today? Because
I mean, we're eating boob pancakes.
Maybe an easy day? I
I
know.
don't. I mean,
Why would you say that out loud?
Drinking the coffee with his armored arm. He pulls out his phone. My phone still works even without the armor. I looked up a random name generator. So Bella,
Oh god.
Young Summoner?
No.
Dr. Devil? No.
No.
The Great Cauldron?
Kami
what's
had
going
some.
on here?
I found a name generator. So it's like, take this word, and you get a name for him.
It takes a
someone who
moment because it's
uses
still the
magic.
morning. But then it dawns on Portal, he gets his eyes big, and it's like, Bella, you don't have a super name yet?
No, just oh god.
I think these are getting worse.
Yes, they are getting worse.
These are getting worse.
Which Chahulu? What's a Chahulu?
And I tell
I
you
can work
how
on it.
funny it is to hear my father's laughter through the wall and the
No,
mic
I've
not
got
pick
it.
it up?
I've got it. Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think
Hexa.
that's taken.
Call me Hexa.
Call you what?
Hexa.
What's a
Hex.
hexa?
She's literally just banking on none of you knowing German.
Keone will look up and just be like, doesn't that just mean witch?
Yeah, and it works.
Well,
I like it.
Well, then you can go with Hexa. Shit.
No. Just
Hex. Do you like technology? You could be hexadecimal.
no.
You know,
Hexachula.
I don't think this random name generator is very good.
No.
I don't
I
know.
think
I kind of like
Hexa
Young
looks great.
Summoner. I think, Bella, if you were thinking of starting like a rap career or
I
something
was gonna
like
say if
that.
I wanted to be a rapper, maybe, but
Hang on
Portal
to
is
that
going to
one.
look straight at Bella, and this is word for word what he says. Oh, Jenny has a great idea. How about Hecka Magic Lady?
who the fuck is Jenny?
Oh, that's the person playing me.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Lady
Just eating
Manther?
pancakes.
But sorry, to answer your question, Whitney, no, there are no specific plans. I mean, we've got that whole sentient black hole going to destroy the universe, but none of us really know where to start with that.
Forgot about that one.
So yeah, there's nothing necessarily going on today.
I mean,
I'm probably going to do some training. I like to get a little bit in every day.
training seems like a good idea. Maybe something
You're
that
welcome to join me if you want.
maybe the whole team should be there just in case there's something else the team needs to talk about or some maneuvers the team needs to put together.
This is probably not the good time for that. And he looked in and he looks over to Keone.
she will say,
Maybe.
I could beat something up right now.
Oh, well, okay.
In the training room, right? In
Sure.
the training room,
In
right?
the training room, right?
Ooh, there. I don't think Ethan is going to be able to join us, though. But we
What?
could get I mean, the five of us, we can get some good time in.
Can I have like a minute to call my sister?
I mean, I'm still in my PJs, so yeah. I don't think I'm not looking to go to the legally distinct danger room just yet.
Yeah, I'm still in these pancakes.
Yeah. Remember, no fighting robot versions of supervillains within 30 minutes of eating.
Cool. I'm gonna go call my sister. If you actually want to listen to the gossip, I guess for once you're allowed to, because I might need someone to talk to about this.
Ooh.
Look, I don't know who the hell that boy she was with is, but apparently she's got a boyfriend and I need the details.
Oh. I'm in.
And given that it's early morning, she should be in the middle of the day, so no excuse this time. As Bella would just pull out the phone, put it on speaker, and call her sister.
Like in the kitchen?
Yep. Like
Oh.
there's the signal of don't say anything so that she doesn't know.
Oh, I am like right down like
You're so messy.
Yeah. He needs to
Wait,
light in the mood
Alex, who are you
somehow.
talking to? Me or Jemmy?
Oh, we can all be
Yeah.
messy.
Oh yeah, Bella's like, you know what? This should be harmless, and this mood needs lightened somehow. So you know what? Yeah, you gotta get in on the family drama.
Okay, so you call.
Yep.
Hey, sis.
Hey.
You will be speaking in German, at least to speak with, but
Yep. Hey sis. I will respond in English just to see if she replies in English.
okay. I guess you're living in America now, so we're doing that.
Just practicing a little better.
Okay, sure. So, where do we want to start?
Who?
Huh?
Who?
You don't know him.
Cool. Who?
You don't know him. It doesn't matter.
I want to know about him.
He's a member of the Coven.
Uh-huh.
Are
you sure I wouldn't know him then?
Well, I mean, I guess you probably would.
Mm-hmm.
He's I mean, his name's Carl. He's
Carl?
Look, he's gotten better, and he makes me laugh.
I catch myself at the he's gotten better.
He's gotten
Barely, but I catch
better,
myself.
doesn't he?
You cut out there, Jemmy.
Why is my computer lagging?
Oh, something's happened. She's frozen up.
Oopsie.
Or they're frozen up.
TT.
I'm sorry,
My
you were
computer
totally
started lagging. LOL.
okay. Try again.
Yeah. Third time's the charm. Hopefully. There we are. Just, he's gotten better isn't enough.
I mean, I've got enough magical talent to handle everything. Look, I'm not like
He's an
marrying him or anything. He's just
No!
like I said, he makes me laugh, and am I on speakerphone?
Why would you ask?
Because I hear an echo.
Why would I do that?
Because I hear an echo.
Yeah, I'm working on something right now while I call. Look, you're the one who yelled at me for having a phone, like not having both hands while working on a ritual.
Well, yes.
Oh, you see, Cindy's sitting there eating the pancakes while she's listening, and she just goes.
Got the
All right.
respect for the instant lie.
Look, so it was Beltane, and there was a lot of wine, and and I woke up in his bed, and kind of asked him if we did, and he said yes. And then I asked him if it was any good, and he said yes. So
I wasn't gonna say no.
I was like, well, I don't quite remember, so show me. And he was not lying. It was pretty good. Like I said,
Cindy is thinking to herself, she's really glad she doesn't have a sister.
it's nothing serious. I mean,
Bordel's thinking to himself, "Oh yeah, it sounds just like that time we went to the bar."
Right. But like it's nothing serious. But Mom would not be happy.
Yes, Mom made it sound like it's more than a one-time thing.
I didn't say it was a one-time thing.
Okay.
I just said it's nothing serious.
Girl.
I mean, it was
writing something down on a piece of paper. He slides it over. It says, "Ask her if the wine was magically spiked."
But no, I mean it's not a one-time thing. I mean, it happened back in May, but the first time. But I mean, it's not serious. Like I said, I'm not planning to marry him or anything.
Good.
We're just having fun, and like I said, he makes me laugh. And he does this thing with his tongue, but what?
Wow! I said he wasn't even that good looking. Oh my god, ew.
I mean, you spend more time around him, and it gets better. And I've got him. I've made him change his haircut, and that makes a big difference.
I'm just saying, ugly dudes work harder.
Cindy absolutely did a spit take when she said that out loud.
The good news is Bella almost choked on air, so it was covered. Okay, photos to see if the haircut's actually better and you're not deluding yourself.
I'll send you a picture.
Pics or it didn't happen.
I do not need the pics. I just need one.
No, I can't send that one. No, can't.
Bro,
Okay.
what?
Oh god.
What?
Yeah, nothing serious. I'm just keeping all of the photos of him.
Underneath the ask her if the wine was magically spiked, he'll then write, well, that's how me and Tommy got together.
Just writing back. Good for you. What the fuck?
No, look, I mean, look, I'm pretty sure that Carl's mom has an arranged marriage for him anyway, so it's not gonna last. You don't need to get all stressed out about it. And it's not like mom has any right to be pissy with me about sleeping around. What was that?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right, so,
I mean, she did do Thomas Rhymer, apparently.
look,
Who hasn't?
Good point. Jen, good point, Jen.
Anyway, so that's my story. Now you share yours. What the hell? What's going on with you?
Oh,
You knocked yourself out again.
overexhaustion?
Huh?
Overexhaustion?
Okay, what were you doing that got you overexhausted? I saw fireball marks. Were those yours?
No.
Okay, that's not better.
I haven't used fire in a bit.
Good.
You don't trust me with it. I've been using lightning.
Yeah, because that's better. Didn't you... Wasn't that what you did underwater?
Yeah. Look, it worked really well in space.
And
Okay.
underwater?
It did work underwater. It was effective.
Okay, so is there more that you needed from me than to find out who I'm sleeping with?
I mean, that was a lot of it, but I'm okay, sis.
Thanks. What?
I said, I'm okay, sis.
I don't believe you, but...
Warden Maximus says, I'm past my
not
fire
gonna die.
phase. I'm past my fire phase. I'm into other elements now.
I'm into some really cool new elements. You probably haven't heard about them.
I did do a force blast, I think. Just pure energy.
You dismissed it afterwards, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, when you're channeling raw magic like that, you need to dismiss it or it's going to come back and, like, haunt you. You know this! Where did you do this? Was this underwater or in space?
No.
Okay, it was somewhere in your city?
Yeah.
Go there and dismiss it like a good responsible witch.
Okay. I forgot.
You never forget things.
I was in the middle of a lot of things. There were fires and people almost about to be crushed under a rock, and then reporters who wouldn't get out of the way.
Fine, just you don't want your city to be all messed up.
Yeah, I know. I'm on it.
Okay.
Love you, sis.
Love you.
Bye.
Carl says
I
bye.
feel like we'll all be
Bye.
like, bye.
I love it how it's Carl says bye, and then all of them saying bye.
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 Were you also on speaker of? Like before hanging up with the wait, Carl says, were you also on speaker?
No, he just. I told him I was talking to you.
Okay.
She's like, wait, also.
Look, this has probably happened many times. Alright, bye sis. And I'll hang up.
Okay.
Fucking Carl.
Okay, who's
Yes,
Carl?
she is.
Who's Carl?
Durhas, you're not helping.
He looks over. Portal looks over at House. Who's Carl?
Ugly.
I mean, I don't know. You humans all look ugly to
I
me.
didn't
but
ask what he looked like. I mean, apparently he's got a thing with a tongue that makes up for that. I just want to know who he is. Dish.
no, he's a witch in the coven.
An important
he's ever
witch, an
showered.
unimportant witch.
What's the haircut situation?
Not
Bad.
particularly important. Yeah, it was like long and shaggy, like, and needed to be washed more often than it was. And
Ooh.
Uh-huh. I don't think he knew what deodorant was.
anyway, he's. I mean, he's got more natural oomph than she does, but
Shut up.
he never
anyone
studied.
does.
He never
A
studied.
mushroom is more about.
But he's I don't know. He never was mean to me. He doesn't have a familiar. I don't think he's powerful enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just a guy.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, you all look weird to me, but
I look straight over to Bella and I say, yeah, she's having fun. He's fallen completely in love with her. This is not going to end well. It's going to be great.
Oh, I can't wait to hear. Look, my bets are on that he's gonna be very pathetic once she's done. Also, she's probably ruined him for the rest of his life if he has an arranged marriage. I mean, you
witches
saw
are so
my
messy. I
sister.
love it.
Look, you saw my sister. She's out of his league by like 20 times.
Well, I already picked up on that. Yeah. Hence, like I said, he's hopelessly in love with her and she's just having fun.
Also, yes, we are very messy.
This is going to
Still-
go up like the Manhattan Project.
We are very messy. If you want to see the chart I have trying to figure out who my dad is.
Yes.
There's just a little reach in, pulling out a big ass roll of paper and rolling it out on the table. All right, so.
I didn't even think Dr. Metropolis was capable of having kids.
He has one kid, it's Junk Pile.
Junk Pile is not his child.
Glad you know so.
We'll see.
Not
Can change
exactly.
that.
Let me just send Steve a message real quick.
What do you know?
Yeah, basically anyone I know that mom had interactions with from about this time to this time, not counting the fact that some of them time can be an option. Yeah. Mom won't tell us.
Haven't asked.
She wouldn't tell us. She saw like I'm assuming that's just Darhas mocking me.
It was.
Yeah, okay. Like, well, yeah, because she saw us when we first started trying to guess, and then she decided that this is the game we're playing.
Kind of her job to test you and make sure you're ready.
Yeah, I know. That's why we have this going on.
Aren't there
That-
like bloodline spells or something like that?
Yeah, but that's not too easy. It's been masked.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so this is the chart. This is what we're betting on. Sadly, I haven't yet been able to rule him off, pointing at Thomas Reimer.
Have you been able to determine whether or not you and your sister are full sisters or half sisters?
We're half sisters. I'm certain.
Okay, so you know that for a fact.
She's older than me. We don't look close enough for it to be likely for us to be the same. Or, I mean,
Well, you
I
never
guess, yeah, there's still the chance.
A rekindled flame.
Yeah. More like a second time stand.
That too. Same thing.
No.
Do you think your dad could be a Yeti?
I hope not. Pausing,
Well, Keone's
pulling out her
grand-
phone, texting, Mom, is there a chance you ever slept with a Yeti?
Keone's grandfather is a Yeti.
You actually text that to your mother?
Yes! I
Um,
can't rule it out.
About 15 seconds after that happens, you have enough awareness to realize that she just sent a electrical spirit back towards your phone, and she fries your phone.
Oh no.
That sounds like a yes to me. Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
My mom's offended I ask.
Yeah.
I don't know much. I don't know much about the magical world, so I really can't help you with that.
I'm getting quite
Fired
the,
up?
I'm definitely getting quite the lesson. I mean, I knew a couple women in LA, but they were just into crystals and shitty
Is
tarot.
your mom really
So-
old?
Mom's centuries at this point.
Just into crystal.
Is your mom into Greek figures,
into what?
mythology, that kind of stuff?
I mean, no, she's, well, I guess, I mean, the fates are tied, but
I mean,
Hey,
could
is
your
it
dad be
mythology
daedalus?
when you actually know them personally?
yeah, so I'll be like, well, I mean, like, mythology for you.
No, I mean, I personally know Daedalus. Do
I
you think
mean,
it could be Daedalus?
oh God, please don't.
You're pretty smart.
Yeah, no. God, okay, I'll add it to the list. I need a new phone.
Yep.
Oh, I think
Wiki
Mars
and
can
I
hook
are
you
on
up
the
with
same
that.
wavelength.
Yes, I see Chad is having a field day with.
Is it? I can't check chat without my computer dying.
Yeah. So, let's see. We have Carl is the big bad evil guy for this campaign.
Yeah.
I could
We
see.
have
Checks out.
Wiki saying, "I'm telling you, they're going to end up married." He makes her laugh, and he's a generous lover. Marriage.
Accurate.
And then Wiki said that your dad is daddyless. And then, oh, that's a good theory, Wiki. I'm betting dad ain't magical, and that's why Hexa can't magic.
I know who it is. A guy who similarly is as irresponsible. Your dad is Bowman.
The instant you said irresponsible, I was like,
No
oh
magic
my,
around with that man.
my bowstring is
my.
burning.
My bowstring is burning. Get out of here.
I hear they have antibiotics for that.
Oh
Anywho.
my gosh.
Um,
That would be very funny.
so it is 9:20. I think we probably should take a quick break, because we do have other things that I know that your characters do actually need to discuss, other than Bella's family's love life.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So let's take a quick 5 and take a break, and then we will be right back. Welcome
Capital
back.
wave.
Dang it.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through our little break. We are still the show City of Destiny, part of the Untold Stories project. And before we went on break, our heroes did a magical ritual and found out that Whitney's aunt is currently being held against her will several miles underneath City Hall. Had breakfast, found out that neither Cindy nor Ethan is actually inclined to talk to anyone yet. And then called Bella's sister to grill her on her love life. Oh, and Bella finally chose a superhero name.
Yay!
Sort of. In that her superhero name is literally just the German word for witch.
Yep.
Hey, a superhero name is a superhero name. Says the guy whose name is just his superpower.
Turns out my name was prophetic.
Yes, you've gone through the fire and now you've been purified. So stop being a whiny little bitch.
This might be the fire.
All right, so what do you guys want to do next? I know there was talk of doing some group training, but I also know that several of you are sitting on things that you really want to discuss with the rest of the team.
Speak for yourself.
So yeah, Whitney again is just like, so yeah, I do think it would be a good idea just to get everyone together in one room, and maybe practice some moves, discuss some things.
Let me roll my insight that has a whole +1 to it. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we'll just let's let the food digest and then we can do some practicing. I don't know if Keone or Crucible will necessarily join us. Well, no, Keone's going to want to stab some stuff. I don't know about Crucible though. But yeah, we'll get there and we'll jump in and I don't know. Let's give everybody 45.
I'm gonna give Whitney a look of the, do you want to discuss this now?
She doesn't know how to silently communicate. The mood doesn't seem to be getting better.
Yeah, but there's also the time.
No one seems to be getting
No. That's not true though, because Keone is in a better mood.
That is true. She
smiled,
is
she's
better
laughed.
mood.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
As Bella's just like, Whitney, do you just want to? It might be important.
I would rather everyone be together before we discuss.
I'll go
have
get him.
something to share.
I'll go get him.
Oh, okay. I do have something to share. I just
Actually, Bella, Ione, do you think you could grab Ethan if Whitney's got something important to share with all of us? He's going to be more inclined to listen to you. You get like flash from or something and he'll just follow along.
There.
And Whitney will look at Keone with big spider puppy eyes and just say, please.
And that breaks her.
Durhas will say, I'll go with you.
Ooh.
Keone will
No, I
just,
kind of want to go get Ethan.
yeah, Keone will just look at Peter and just kind of glare at him. And then we'll look over at Whitney and we'll be like, for you, yes. And we'll stand up with the bunny and go walking to Ethan's
What
lap.
did I do?
And then she'll pat Whitney on the head as she walks by. That's her attempt at showing you that she's not mad at you.
Sorry, I don't have
Whether you
moves.
understand that or not is not what she cares about.
She's
It made
over
her
the
feel
moon.
That's not Keone's problem.
Yeah, your
Alex, what is
interpretation,
Ethan
it is
doing
not
in
my
the-
problem.
What is Ethan currently doing in his workshop?
He is trying and failing to move anything around the office as to the best of his ability. And when he fails, he throws shit against the wall. It's just generally causing a big mess.
So Keone will come in, she'll have the bunny in her hand, and she'll come in, and as she sees that he's about to throw something and clearly break something he's not paying attention to, she will kind of put up like an ice wall to kind of let the thing hit that instead, to kind of draw his attention away from whatever it is that he's doing.
He'll just sort of frown.
Does he even turn and look at her?
Yeah, he turns and looks and frowns.
Okay. She will just look at him and be like, we're having a team meeting, and I'm pretty sure you're still part of this team, so kitchen. And she will just turn her heels and walk off.
Ethan looks like he wants to argue, but then she's not there to argue. Be part of the team, you don't have superpowers. What good am I? At least Riley knows how to use social media. I can't even tweet, whatever they call
it. I feel like you're standing there just like kicking the ground like there's rocks.
It's called a meow. Where the hell did you get tweet?
No.
I mean, Tommy didn't have powers.
Maybe I could take Tommy's suit. But I will do my best to clean myself up a little bit and head on down to the meeting.
With the love shack?
We just got a raid, apparently, from Galaxy Fest.
Yay!
Galaxy
Thanks,
Fest.
Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Fest.
That's a different thing.
One of my favorite
Thank you
movies.
for rating us, Galaxy Fest. Hope you enjoy it. So, you will all be gathered into the kitchen. Tommy will be there as well. So, yeah, like a bunch of things happened yesterday, apparently, but nobody's talking about them. So,
Is that Tommy?
that's Tommy.
You will feel like ice daggers coming at him from Keone. Literal and figurative.
Yeah, he's used to that.
I mean, do you want to hear the rant? Because I think I'm going to paint someone in a bad light, sadly. And I'd like to move past that.
Is it me?
I just want to know why everyone's so pissed off.
Dude, I've got no clue.
I'm fine.
I mean, I kind of get where Ethan's coming from. I kind of get where Keone's coming from. But, I mean, not really.
Who knows where Keone's coming from?
Bella.
Keone's just being Keone.
I know this is a bit of a rough time for the team right now. Except for you, Star Knight, you're doing good. But
Star's gonna sleep. Star Knight's doing wonderful.
Kris Jenner, you're doing great, sweetie.
Yes, although Wiki has pointed out that Star Knight may still be in just his underpants and armor bits.
Yes, he still is.
Take a shower, dude.
Text to reply to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Keone's not mad.
And yeah, I know we've got a lot going on, and I hate to add something else to that, but this is really important. And, you know, I don't know. I hate to ask for a favor after I kind of brought one of my villains here and then crashed the sub a bit, and I'm sure there was other stuff.
Whitney,
but
relax. Continue.
I need your help. Everyone, if possible.
Of course we'll help you move your stuff.
Oh, no. I'm well, first off, thanks, but that's probably a later problem.
Oh.
That's not an us problem right now.
Whitney moving into her apartment is going to be Mortis's wedding of this show.
I there's a person who's important to me who's been kidnapped by guys who have like a chest symbol.
Hang on,
They're
now what?
armored, heavily armed, and they have like a chest symbol. It's like a knight.
Oh, fuck, the chessman.
That's, I mean, I guess I should have guessed that actually.
Yeah, it's kind of on the nose, but
This particular person is my aunt, Dr. Shannon Kane. She's the one who gave me this amulet. She's the reason I have these powers, and she's pretty much the reason I do what I do.
well, let's rescue her. Where is she?
There's like this brief, just like that kind of expression on her face, and then
Your
she will.
aunt, who means everything to you, is missing. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Star Knight's demeanor instantly changes, and he starts donning the rest of the armor. Sorry. Rolling as he
No, you're.
gets dressed in the kitchen.
Well, that's where things get a bit more complicated. She's under City Hall, several miles under.
Yeah. That was confusing to me, but
Oh,
I did a scrying spell last night.
Are you able to determine exactly how many miles? Could you give me a precise amount of distance down?
Would that be something I could get from the spell casting?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know how to do it.
Then yeah, she would respond with like the exact number as far as she knows.
Okay. And it's precisely underneath City Hall?
I mean, unless I did the spell wrong.
Then I can get us there, no problem.
Is it the same spell Bella couldn't use to find Keone?
Well, that was
Blocked.
because, yeah, that was being blocked. Honestly, I wasn't even sure the spell would work because I wasn't sure if she was alive in the first place.
Not to mention that's the same spell that still found Kyone's mom, so really don't want an accusation on that right now.
Cindy will rest her hand on Bella.
Look, I know things are tense right now, and if it were up to
No,
me, we'd be.
This is important. We can go now.
Mm-hmm. Let's focus on saving.
Let me get my clothes on.
Okay, I did have a whole thing, but I guess I don't have to worry about
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no. I mean, if we're good to go, it's just the moment's kind
No,
of.
no, no. I love a good pep talk.
You don't need to convince us to do the right thing.
I had a whole thing planned.
Cool. Well, I'll save it for next time we're in the dumps,
Perfect.
which might be tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna go put on some pants.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we'll just transform into her costume.
As he's walking into his bedroom, everybody meet up back here in the kitchen when they're ready.
ready.
Good.
I'm down to 176 texts now.
Hey, good job.
Bing, 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 bing.
Oh,
Tommy, did you want to come? Do you have something you need to be?
You have your suit?
What's your situation today?
I
You can look after.
I probably should stay here.
Okay.
Ethan, are you?
I'll go strap on my armor.
Tommy will follow you back to your room.
And
back
when
to your
Tommy
lab.
does that, Portal kind of just a little bit of a sigh of relief of, okay, good. Someone's looking after him.
Ethan?
Yeah.
All right, talk to me, man. You're clearly really upset. What happened, man? I mean, I know Cindy got yeeted away magically, but she's here now. It seems like she's fine.
I don't even know what to say, Tommy. I'm just. Look, and I'll. Nothing happens when I try to do my thing, and. What good am I if I can't do this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you were only my best friend before the nanites got inside your body.
Yeah, and we'll always be best friends, Tommy. But
Right. What good was I?
you're a genius.
And you've got more heart than any man I've ever met.
Between that and the metal plates I'm going to strap on my chest, I'll wind up dead fighting chessmen.
I'm sure no one wants you to go jump into battle if your powers aren't working. Have you told anyone that this is a problem? Because I don't think they're going to let you just jump into...
Maybe I need the stress. Maybe throwing myself into a dangerous situation will make them come back. Like when you throw a baby bird off a roof.
That seems like a really, really bad idea.
I don't know what else to do.
Oh, so now Tommy finally realizes how dangerous combat can be.
Shut up.
Different. Tommy's not worthless.
It is always easier to give advice than it is to follow it. You know that. Okay, look. He will duck into his room, because his room, I believe, is actually pretty close to yours. And he will come back with an Aegis-approved blaster and a second chance shirt, which is body armor that, can be worn as clothing, basically. Take these. They're not your powers, but
Yeah, that'll work. Ethan's looking like I don't think I've ever even played laser tag.
I'm sure you don't have any ranks in anything that would allow you to fire a gun.
No, it's just Halo, right?
Sure.
Oh, you made me spit.
Okay. I can't tell you what to do. But whoever this mopey guy is, if you get my best friend killed, I'm going to be really pissed off at you.
Ethan is going to very quickly put on his mask so Tommy doesn't see him cry. And I'll grab a hammer from my desk so I can still throw metal around if I need to. And I'll armor up and go join the others.
Okay.
See, everyone? We can still get Ethan killed.
So I'm assuming everyone else just goes and suits up and...
I don't have a suit.
I know. I feel like Bella and Cindy were just like sitting there, like, "All right, guys, like, come on."
No, they're just sitting there playing patty cake.
Yeah,
I mean, Whitney hasn't brought her other clothes yet. So.
that's true. That is true.
All
All three of us
she
are just
has is
chilling there.
Down by the banks of the hanky.
Star Knight is suiting up in the kitchen. So.
Yeah.
Skiddly down.
I mean, it takes 60 seconds, but he puts on his suit and comes out.
Yeah.
It takes Ethan much longer than that to figure out how to put on body armor.
Tommy will get back with Peter and okay,
I got him.
good.
Promise.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you to keep him alive, even if he doesn't let himself.
You know I will.
So,
Ethan, one thing. While you're trying to put your armor on and you know, doing all the things, it does occur to you that you have heard your dad mention Whitney's aunt.
In what capacity?
Pretty much as a rival, or someone he would like to recruit. She worked for Majestic Industries as a chemical engineer. And the folks at Morgenstern would have tried several times to recruit her.
Interesting.
Until she went missing a few years ago.
I will scroll that away in the. I should probably bring that up. Category.
Sure, because what's one more thing for the team to all have a... I should tell people this, and I'm not going to.
Peter has tried and tried and tried to get the team to understand the importance of sharing.
I know.
Whitney gets it, sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
Bella mostly does.
Yeah, Bella actually, I think, at this point has the fewest secrets.
She literally has none.
No,
All she hasn't
no.
talked about is her past.
No,
She
Bella
hasn't
has
had to.
all of the secrets. They just aren't her secrets.
Fair.
Okay, yeah.
Portal, however, has no secrets.
Oops, all secrets.
That's what this episode should have been called. Oops, all secrets.
Okay, so everyone gathers back in the subway, or in the kitchen.
And Whitney's gonna ask, so what are these chessmen?
Well, they're prone to being stabbed.
Good to
They're,
know.
I mean, your basic henchman organization, evil organization.
They
Oh.
hacked our danger room.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they're up to various kinds of no good, and they have a whole lot of mooks doing their orders. So there will be a lot of poorly trained soldiers and a few that actually know how to throw a punch.
The guys I saw, they had like a horse, like a knight symbol, and they were pretty heavily armored. I guess that's their rank and file sort of thing.
Aaron, can you confirm that? Because I don't know if we have that knowledge, and I don't know if I remember that knowledge.
So you encountered amongst the chessmen knights who were people wearing battle suits, and pawns, which were big hulking robots.
Yeah, because I just remember Keanu just thought they were robots, so that's why she didn't
Yeah,
really.
they do
feel
use that.
anything.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The pawns are robots.
Yeah, because I think
Oh.
I think I stabbed one and it was just a robot. So the assumption I made then was that they were all robots. Then we figured out some
Also-
of them were not robots. and
Also,
they,
prepare yourself, because this
disappeared.
is going to be kind of unpleasant and have to kind of get used to. When the knights are defeated, they will die. Not because of anything you did, but because of explosives placed in their chest.
Their suits blow up if they...
If they fail.
Suicide suits.
Oh,
Yep.
it's
Okay, so how do we make that not happen?
I don't know. We've only encountered it once,
so
and we were completely caught off guard by it.
Yeah. Stabbing doesn't help.
Good job, Keone.
Uh,
I am so proud of you.
I mean, I'm only saying that because they will still blow up whether you stab them or not.
I don't care why you're saying it. That is progress.
She never said that was going to stop her from stabbing them. Just
I know, but
stabbing
still,
doesn't help.
There is progress is progress.
Baby
I'll just lean over to Portal, but stabbing's my thing. It's like
yeah, but trust me, your stabbing is different from her stabbing. You'll see what I mean.
So you don't know how it works, if it's some sort of remote signal, if it's an automatic thing with their suit?
Our tech folks are on walkabout.
Yeah, I forget. I feel like Cyrus tried to figure something out, but didn't really figure a whole lot out.
Did he leave any notes behind, maybe?
They got into the danger room, but we couldn't figure out how they got into the danger room.
Yeah.
Somebody got into it and trapped us in there as kind of a test.
Yeah.
But we couldn't trace where it came from, and then obviously other stuff happened.
And then we haven't seen or heard from them in what has it been, 2.5 years now? Well, but that is a good idea. Let's see if we can check Professor C's lab and see if he has any research.
Yeah,
why don't we get going and we have Tommy do that? He
Sounds
can
good.
call us in.
Well, if he can't do it in time,
we will stab until we find your aunt. I mean,
we will focus on the rooks. We will focus on the rooks until we get word from Tommy. They're not the rooks, the pawns. Sorry.
The pawns, yeah, they're the robots.
I don't play a whole lot of chess.
There's the castle guys, there's the sad face guys, and there's the horsey guys.
But we want the small guys.
We want the small guys, which are also the big guys.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to take any size guys off the board. I just don't want anyone to.
No. You've made a valid point. And that was really helpful. We'll focus on the robots themselves until Tommy can tell us if he's found any way to disable the self-destruct on the actual humans. We got a plan?
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to City Hall.
I think we have a goal. I don't know if we have a plan.
Under City Hall, as the case may be.
So,
How far down is it, Aaron?
It is about 2 miles.
Okay, so I can actually take us straight to the thing from here. So,
Whitney, did you see anything around there? I know that you said you saw what was happening, but did you see a spot where we could pop in where they aren't going to see us right away and set off alarm bells?
I'm not sure. I was just looking at my aunt, and she was being guarded by some guys in armor. There was another person there. This kid stuck on a gurney.
Okay, we've got 2 to rescue.
Yeah.
Rescue, right? Did the kid look like they were in trouble?
Looked like.
All right.
I could also hear sounds outside of the room they were in, but I couldn't tell who or how many.
Okay. Stormbreakers, are we ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
All right. And I'll open up a portal to, or I presume that I'll open a portal to the room where Whitney saw her aunt.
Let me move you onto a map.
A map.
Cindy will step in front of Bella.
I think I have a higher fortitude than you.
You do, but Cindy doesn't know that. And Cindy thinks you're not wearing a suit. So her immediate thought is that you are more distance than you are up close. So she'll stand in front of you with ice daggers.
Yeah.
So you guys will step through the portal.
Ooh, Aaron.
Yes.
One quick question.
Quick answer.
For these circumstances, just given the situation, would you allow me to do a power attack kind of thing where I have +2 to redirecting warp on Alex and -2 on everyone else?
Take it.
And that's kind of representing that he's got his eye extra focused on him.
Yeah, no, I like it. I'm willing to allow that to fly.
Cool.
So you should all see yourselves in a small room.
Oh God, is it a bathroom?
No.
Okay, good.
This isn't gemstones.
That's our thing, bathroom.
Stream
Ooh.
camera can't see it.
Oh, stream camera. I'm sorry, I took stream camera out. Let me put stream camera back.
So I will not be opening Roll20.
No?
It crashed my Zoom.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just
Oh,
kick
no.
it. We're all our face,
Are we-
except me.
Oh.
I'm in the right spot, but
I'm in the
Yeah,
right spot.
it
and
broke
Jenny's in the right
everything.
spot.
So I will not.
Actually, it's only Alex and Jemmy who are in the wrong spots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I will not be.
Aaron, if you don't want to have to roll her character sheet, you can give me access to Bella's character sheet, and
I can. I have a version of it on PDF at
Okay.
least. I shall just be very confused with map stuff.
All right. So, like I said, you will find yourselves in a small room. This is the same room that Spider Queen saw in her vision. One wall of the room is a big window, so you can see out into what looks like it was probably is probably an abandoned subway station. On the gurney where Spider Queen saw the boy strapped, there is now a corpse.
how
Spider
corpsey
Queen,
how corpsey is the corpse?
when did you cast this spell?
Just last night.
Oh.
Is that the same body?
It would depend on how corpsey he is.
It is an extremely charred, like chemical burns. Mostly.
Unrecognizable.
Okay, second question. Can I do a quick ritual to see if I can trace the bloodline of this body?
There's probably not enough blood left on it.
The DNA of this body?
Because you don't do science, you do magic.
The genetic makeup that was the stardust that was what formed all of us?
No.
Check your crystals.
But yeah, Spider Queen is just taking a moment looking at this body. She is at first trying to see if this is the person that she saw, but very quickly it becomes that same sort of shaking fury that she had before.
I mean, you can't really tell. There is a door. I think you guys can all see the door.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
see a
also
hallway up here.
a hallway up and a door to the
Yone will look at Spider Queen and say,
what would be the east. Right
So right. Oh, hit the wrong button.
there,
Right
that
there.
door.
Okay. Didn't actually see what's
so-
on the other side. So
Fiona will turn and look at Spider Queen and just ask, "That's not her, right?"
No. No, I don't think so. No, it can't be. They
Okay.
had her doing something. She looked like she was clearly exhausted. She's been here for a long time. They're making her do something here. They wouldn't just get rid of her. She's still alive in here somewhere.
oh my God, Hexa, I love your token. So
Cindy's gonna make her ice spears look more like ice axes.
I couldn't tell you what my token looks like. Is it the same it's been?
Yeah.
I would
It's
assume
just
so.
her art.
do we want to go up the hallway or do we? I guess we're going up the hallway.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Fiona,
Cindy
as soon as you open that door,
yeah, she's Leroy Jenkins. She's just like,
I
this
am
is
on
the way I'm
follow
going.
with Donate for movement.
I need you to I need the party to roll for initiative.
Great.
Yeah, she kind of just like kicks the door open. Like there's no like subtlety in her life.
Yeah, Spider Queen
But
isn't
it's-
just gonna.
Oh.
She is not gonna be one to wait. Not in this moment. All her actual superhero experience is going out the window.
Oh yeah, 27.
Oh, crap.
I have
I
a
can't do
plus
math again.
12 on my initiative.
I have a plus 13. This is the
I have a
first.
plus 4.
I'm almost always the first, and it feels right because I feel like Keone would always just like bust her way through into stuff.
I think I got you on this one.
Oh no, what'd you get?
If I'm doing my math right, 34.
Oh. I was looking for your token, and I'm
34.
Oh, nice.
Let me
34 is
add.
pretty good.
I have a 17 plus a 17, which is what I rolled.
Stream camera is like trying to poke around the corner here.
As
I
I
got
open
rock.
Twitch to try to see what the stream looks
Star Knight,
like.
what did you get?
Me?
No, Star Knight.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 15.
Okay. Portal.
No, Portal got a 9.
Portal got a 22.
Oh, that was your insider.
Ethan got a 10.
There's my Ethan.
Queen had a 13.
Yep.
I still have everybody's old characters on the initiative tracker.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out which ones I needed to delete. And I think I picked all the right ones. Okay, good.
alright, we're gonna try the bold move of reopening roll 20.
That's a bold move.
It is a bold move. If I just don't roll on it, maybe it'll work.
Initiative tracker go.
Let's see if it'll
I
work,
just
Cotton.
don't roll. Maybe it'll be fine.
Did you take the initiative tracker away?
I ate
No.
it.
Okay, I literally said it and then it popped up. Like,
The answer is yes, I did.
okay, I'm like, it's freaking me out. All right.
Oh my god, my computer is so hot.
Boom shakalaka.
How hot is it?
My legs burn.
Yeah, we have so many of these we're gonna have to fight.
And Tommy is like actively doing his thing right now. Tommy is working on a solution for the knights not exploding.
He is trying to, yes. All right. So, Keone kicks open the door and immediately sees, well, several knights.
I'm not on the initiative tracker.
Damn it. I deleted the wrong one because you had the same total on both of them.
Oh, did I really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Jeez, Aunt Puppy, way to make everything difficult.
I know. Fuck me, I guess.
Oh, but Hexa actually has the highest initiative.
Yeah, she has a higher one.
Hexa.
I initiated everything.
Well, I'm gonna hop on my broom and fly over everyone.
I feel
Okay.
like Bella's just like, I'm gonna scooch past you.
Let's get in.
Let me scooch past.
Oh boy.
You
Oh,
should see
let me
a
just
whole
sneak
lot of-
by you there, pal.
Yep.
It is what you might call a target-rich environment.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I have a question.
I have an answer.
The person on the gurney,
Uh-huh.
how held down are they?
They were strapped down across their chest, across their shins, and then cuffs on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's a corpse. Basically a skeletal corpse right now. So those restraints really wouldn't stop you at all if you tried to move it.
Not the old corpse, the person.
What person?
Oh wait, never mind. That's not on a gurney. I'm tired. Sorry. Who the hell's that?
That is Whitney's aunt.
Great. Does she look restrained herself?
Not at the moment.
Second question, how compliant does she look?
To be an insight check.
Will do.
Uh-oh.
Not my best roll.
Did she get kidnapped or did she disappear on her own?
What'd you get?
20.
20?
Yeah.
At the moment, she looks startled.
Cool.
I wonder why.
Is she here with my dad?
You do not see your father.
Well,
I mean, Cindy just came
So-
barreling in like, hello, guys.
I can't remember, but Bella would.
Uh-huh.
Anything will knock them out, right? Anything knocking them out makes them explode.
From what you've been told, yes.
Yeah, anything
Cool.
that compromises their ability to continue.
Shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Except the pawns. The pawns are actually robots.
Yep. Great. I'm gonna go with a blast then.
Okay.
On one of the robots.
That's a single target blast.
Yep, with electricity as our goal.
Reasonable.
It hasn't crashed, so I'm trying to. What the fuck? No.
Mm.
Just no.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
I mean, I'm guessing that miss.
13?
Yeah.
Against the pawn?
Yep.
Does it count as a surprise round?
It does. Actually, that will hit a surprised pawn.
Awesome. Never mind then.
Those are Keanu's favorite rounds.
Then that is a DC 30.
DC 30 against my
Yep.
poor innocent robots who never did anything wrong.
Don't lie to me.
They've never
They
done
just
anything wrong.
incinerated a poor child.
The robots didn't do that.
Prove it.
My dad did that.
That is a 13 on the robot on the pawn's toughness save. So that is a fail by
17?
17. Would you like to describe what happens to that? Which pawn were you blasting? This one right here?
This one. Yep.
Okay. Would you like to describe what happens as you blast it with electricity?
I mean, it was electricity. So it kind of just fries the internal circuits and the bot just kind of falls. Or blows up.
I like the idea of it just falling over.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
Well, that was a move and a standard, so nope.
It's like that. It's like R2D2's reaction when he got hit with the stun blaster on
The
Tatooine.
Jawas.
Yep.
Not unlike. Kiana.
So Keone is going to partially forget that she said she would not hit the knights.
Uh-huh.
and she's gonna hit the knights. But she is going to do she's going to do uh oh my God, what is it? Her freeze. So she's gonna try and freeze them to the floor,
Okay.
which is I forget how big it is. It's a 30-foot radius.
Is it selective?
Gosh, I hope so.
Don't think I made it. It is not.
Okay, but
Oh wait. Your affliction is limited to no more than 2 degrees. Oh yeah, no. So yeah, no. It's just big sheet of ice on the ground.
although it is ranged, so you don't have to drop it on yourself.
Correct.
You can drop the 30-foot radius wherever you'd like.
Well, and I wouldn't be bothered by it, so. But yes, I can drop it pretty much anywhere.
As long as you can see it, yeah.
Correct. So let me make, how do I make a little, let me make a little circle. Are you a circle? Oh yeah, you're making a circle. Okay. Did I make a circle? Can you guys see a circle?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be yellow. I want it to be blue though.
I don't think that's a 30-foot radius, though.
No, I was trying to figure out how to, I was going to try and measure it, but it's not really like.
Here, I'm going to make it easy for you.
Okay. I deleted my circle.
I have put a 30-foot radius around Keone. Put yourself where you want the thing to go, and then we'll move you back.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Oh shit, that's humongo.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
30-foot radius, not 30-foot diameter.
I know.
Yeah. All right, and it would also still be blocked by walls. So if you did it right there, none of your teammates are in it, and the people inside that room are not in it.
The like scientist number 4 there, or are you talking about like the doctors and stuff, or like
I'm talking about
the aunt and all that?
The aunt and the two guys, the two people in the room with her.
Okay, then yes, I'm going to put it right there with the attempt of thinking that I can keep them from going into the room.
Yep. Scientist 4 would also be exempt because there's a wall between you.
Right. Okay. I couldn't tell if that was like a wall or like an opening.
It's a window.
Okay.
So you can see through it, but you wouldn't be able to move through it if you tried.
Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of shift it a little bit. I'm going to because I want to get I don't want to get the door so that people can come in through the side. So I've got, it looks like night 10, 13, 12, 5, 6, 5, 4, 1, 7, 11. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got pretty much all knights. No scientists and no casualties of people.
All right, so how many knights is that total?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
Okay.
I can't math.
So first they make a dodge save.
Yes.
Against a 22?
EC 22. Yep.
Okay, none of them make the initial dodge save.
Okay.
So, all right, so starting with Knight 10 will make his dodge save against, I think it's still a DC 22.
Yeah, yep.
Fails by 1, which, since he's a minion, is all that matters. So he is helpless and immobilized?
Immobile, is that a third
Immobile
degree?
and defenseless.
Oh, mobile and defenseless, yeah. Immobile and defenseless.
Yep. Knight 13. Oh, I need to also give them the I don't know how to do a half penalty on their dodge for being surprised. Yeah, that did it. Okay. All right, so Knight 10 failed. Knight 13 fails. Knight 12 fails. Knight 11 fails. Knight 6 fails. Knight 5 fails. Knight 1 fails. Knight 4
Super
crit
fail.
fails.
And Knight 7. Did you use Knight 7?
Oh, and Knight 7, the one who you're right on top of.
Yeah. So 10,
Knight 7.
12. Yeah.
So they all are immobile and defenseless.
Maybe I should stop using the snowball. Seems to be much more effective. So yeah, so Keone kind of just busts open the door, kind of sees the layout of where everything is, sees Hexa take care of the one pawn, and just knowing that she's supposed to be waiting to figure out how we can deactivate their detonation, she assumes that by just kind of freezing them in place and making them unable to interact but not completely dead-ish, that they're
No, it's a good thought.
Yeah. Whether it's accurate is not what she is questioning.
It is absolutely a good thought, and I give her full credit for trying not to be murdery.
Yeah.
But does it work?
It does not. I'm going to say with the way he is saying that, I'm going to safely assume that it doesn't matter.
At the moment, you freeze them in place.
Okay.
You can go ahead and give Keone a move action if you would like to put her somewhere.
So I think moving her where she is fine. I feel like she kind of rises up and kind of throws down the ice kind of below her. So she's kind of up in the air on kind of like an ice, like slide up that she then laid kind of the ice out. Like the scene in Frozen 2 when she spreads all the ice out.
Sure. Portal?
All right. So I get to here. Where is this ice sheet?
Basically, all of the knights that you can currently see, other than Knight 8 and 9.
Okay.
That circle around there. And it would have actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, it would have probably coded the it would have coded these in rhyme, so they are probably no longer transparent.
Is this a door right here in between this knight and Crucible?
I believe that's a wall.
Okay. In between Knight 12 and Crucible?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure because it looks like I can see through it. In that case, I am going to move Scientist 1. That's the ant, right?
Hold on.
The ants.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. There is a door between Crucible and.
Okay.
No, the ant is Shannon Kane inside the no longer visible interior room.
So I'm going to go right here and enter redirecting warp.
Okay.
I moved into the thing, didn't I? So I probably got to make some kind of roll.
No, because it's not a continuous effect.
Gotcha.
It's a flash freeze. It's not like a whirling storm that freezes anyone who enters the area.
Yeah, I didn't do the storm. I just did the freezing them in place.
Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure. All right.
So imagine it was like she bursted it out and it covered the whole place, but then once it attached to somebody, it's just attached at their feet.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Then that's my turn.
Okay. Star Knigget?
Star Knigget, do you say knee or knee or something like that? Sarni?
I have a whole saying poem that I'm supposed to say. Man, I don't really like splitting up, but I do kind of want to stay in front of Crucible right now. Crucible, I'll point at the door, and I will head here. If I can get through that door. Is it locked?
The door between Crucible and the Knights? No, it is not locked.
Can't move my token past it, though.
Let me see. Let me check the lighting later. Oh, it's because I drew it as a wall. No, never mind. This door is jammed.
Okay.
Not locked, but jammed. I mean, you could break through it if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll try to bust it open.
What's your strength?
9.
Yeah, you smash right through it. It's a door. I'll move you. I'll move you to the other side because you can't move through the wall.
Okay. And after I smash the door and move on the comms, hey, Spider Queen, does your aunt know you're Spider Queen?
No.
Okay. That's good to know, so we don't
out you.
Appreciate you checking.
Mm.
She doesn't know yet, at least.
Yeah, since I smashed something and went through the door, I guess.
Yeah, that would technically be your standard.
Yeah. I can move a little bit farther than just past the door, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I see all the knights are
frozen.
up.
Yep.
Yeah, they have like little ice booties on.
I think I'm gonna position myself over here.
All right.
Zoom over to that side of the room.
Okay. Spider Queen.
Spider Queen. She's gonna do whatever a Spider Queen does. She's gonna swing into the room so she can actually see what's going on.
Okay.
Looks like there's a bunch of knights trapped by ice on one side of the room, and to the western side there's some knights who are not trapped in ice.
Yep.
Let's rectify that with some whips.
Here comes the Spider Queen.
Hopefully locking down these knights will not blow them up. I think it's just the two to her left, knights 8 and 9, who aren't immobilized right now. Or at least that are close to her.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. She is going to swing in, and she is going to do a web trap, which is a burst area similar to a web snare, where it immobilizes people. And it is selective.
Okay.
So she'll just drop it basically where she is. Which should be more than enough to get these two.
You're making an assumption that the scientists are good people.
I mean, yeah, she is making that assumption because her favorite person is a scientist.
Yeah, Keanu's not going to make that assumption.
So I just need to make a dodge save for 2 surprise knights?
Yes. Actually, it should be on the sheet.
That's a 12 and a 17, and they are minions. So what is the
It is
worst effect?
DC
I'm
18.
assuming-
Oh, third degree is paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Okay.
Oh god, their suits are gonna blow up.
Not necessarily. They haven't been defeated.
I mean, they're unable to move or participate in combat. I'm going to safely assume that's what they consider the same thing.
We'll find out.
That feels like in the bounds of defeated.
Good question. I see the chat is trying to talk about the weird thing going on inside the room. That was just me trying to obscure it because there was no way because you guys couldn't see it because it's now coded in rhyme. There's no storm actually in that room.
Okay, so Spider Queen can't see into that room.
Actually, I don't think anyone can actually see into that room right now.
Correct.
So,
Oh no!
I'll get rid of the storm. All right. Anything else, Spider Queen?
No, I was mostly wondering if she can see her aunt right now.
Nope.
But Hexa saw her when she first came in, right?
Right, yeah. Hexa
Okay.
saw her. It's just that that room is now covered by a sheen of ice, so you can't see in there anymore.
Okay, but she knows her aunt is in here because Starlight asked about secret identities and such. So I guess since she doesn't have a distraction at the moment, she is going to, over the comm, say, Overwatch, what's the ETA on that not exploding device?
Working on it. I don't have a whole lot to go on, but I'm working on a jammer. Hopefully I'll get it in time.
Okay, and she will mention like there's going to be scientific equipment in here, so she will just say, if you can get it part of the way, I can get you over the finish line.
Okay, Crucible or Ethan.
So Crucible. I'm Crucible with a gun.
Wow, 90s Crucible.
90s Crucible.
When did we enter a John Woo movie?
There's no dumps.
Yeah, wait.
So it's not a...
Just don't look at my feet and we'll all be okay.
Oh God, now we're in a Leafield comic.
Look at all my pouches.
If it's 90s Crucible, you have to spell it with a Y instead of an I.
Ooh.
Oh God.
You can't really.
Oh,
I guess you
no.
can X.
Yeah, but the logo version would be a dagger.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I'm not on board anymore.
All right. So
I'll run into the room. I'll see that these guys are frozen. And we don't want to make it so they're not okay. If I have enough movement, I'd like to come over here and shoot the pawn down there with my laser rifle.
Okay.
I'll just make a flat dexterity check. You know what? I'll spend a hero point on beginner's luck.
Oh, thank you, Paradox.
What Paradox do?
Paradox just gifted us a tier 1 sub to the community.
Oh, thanks, Paradox.
That alert was super loud for some reason.
Paradox, you can give a hero point to the player of your choice.
You know what's funny? If I spend the hero point on ranged combat, that gives me to my +8 for Ferrokinesis, so I'll just click the Ferrokinesis button.
Okay. It will not do as much damage as your Ferrokinesis, but...
No, I assume not. Roll. I'll try rolling the old-fashioned way. 22 to hit.
That is more than enough to hit the surprised pawn.
The giant tank robot.
Right.
pawn
Hey,
surprise.
Crucible with a gun. Bam, bam.
Wait,
All right.
where are you? Oh,
Next
there
to
you go.
I'm over
Yeah,
here next to Portal.
I thought you were like in the black hole. I was like, where the f are you?
All right.
You gone.
The pawn will make a toughness save against a DC of 20. The pawn will get a 17.
That's what I'm talking about.
The pawn
yeah.
is a minion.
Hell
So-
yeah, Crucible.
Nice.
Who said you need powers to participate?
What happens, Alex?
I point the gun at him. I say, okay, this probably isn't going to work, but Tommy wouldn't give me a pea shooter, right? And this enormous, like, Men in Black laser beam shoots out of it and blows up the pawn.
Okay.
But the recoil does knock me over because I'm just a little guy.
Okay,
Just
so
a
you're
little
prone.
guy.
Just a bag.
I'll be prone.
All right, I will give you a hero point for the ridiculousness.
It's like he gave you the noisy cricket.
Just
Right.
a little guy. It
Portal, did you see that?
was awesome.
Just so you know
I
that
think
that Keone is watching and can see you, and now realizes that you don't have your powers.
Does
Glad
he,
we had
or
a
does he
healthy
just wanna use the
conversation
gun this
about
time?
that today.
Well, we do.
Does she know that, or does she just know that he's using a
A
laser?
gun instead of his powers.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to her. So,
Yep. All right.
It's not that she's lost them, but that something is happening.
So Crucible has fired a gun and knocked himself over. Because it wouldn't be an Ethan fight without
Him partially
his ass.
passing out.
Yep. And it is after 10:30, so we are going to pick up with the knights next time.
The frozen
Wow.
night.
I didn't even realize what time it was.
Yeah, we were starting the light. And yes, Aunt Puppy, the lighting is darkened in the room.
Okay. I was like trying to, because I was like, the stream camera, it was not that dark. So I was like, is something wrong with my computer?
Yeah, the stream camera, I believe, has dark vision.
Okay.
Stream camera ate all the carrots that their host didn't want.
Okay, so listen. Rabbits don't actually they'll eat them, but they don't actually get much nutritious value out of carrots. They don't particularly like them. That is literally a part of our zeitgeist because of Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
And the eyesight thing isn't true either.
That's also true.
They do love like blueberries
Yes, but
Oh my God. And raspberries with their little lipstick.
and
Oh my
greens.
God.
They love greens. They love carrot tops.
okay.
All right.
So thank you all for joining us tonight. Around our network, Freedom League Dark is back tomorrow, assuming Alex is able to effectively run the game.
I will be able to run the game. I might need Calvin to run the stream.
Okay.
Fair enough.
will
There
set
should
it
be
up
a new
earlier.
episode of our Titan City serials available through your favorite podcast player on Thursday, and we will be back here next week at our regular time and night. I think I announced this last week, but we are going to typically be taking the last Tuesday of the month off for everybody to have a mental health break. Although this week, or this coming last weekend of the month, I will still be here, and some of these people will still be here, as I will be running a all flesh must be eaten Marvel Zombies game. So look forward to that in 3 weeks. Heroes, I will pass it around the table so that everyone can say goodnight, plug whatever they want to plug, all of those things, and I'll start with Alex.
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. I promise Ethan will suck less soon. But that'll be good. Yeah, tune in for Freedom League Dark tomorrow. Tune in for Titan City Serials on Thursday. And on Friday, some of us will be participating in a special Extra Life fundraiser for North Foundry, one of our sponsors. We'll be over there for a couple hours running some Mutants and Masterminds, doing some fun superhero stuff. So keep an eye on the Discord for more information about that. And I will pass it over to my partner in crime, Aunt Puppy.
I don't have anything. The only thing I've got is just to remember to play a game. And I will pass it to Gary.
Nothing to plug. I will say that I think tonight proved that all of our talk about messy relationships at the beginning are all invalidated by all the messy relationships that were on display tonight. So,
Portal didn't display a single messy relationship. Thank you very much.
Portal avoided it, but
Portal might be in the healthiest relationship at the table.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
So-
that's saying, well, that's not saying much, but it's impressive that it's Portal.
I will pass it to Jenny.
With a J.
With the J.
As I say, I couldn't figure out. Trying to figure out if
I
it
was
was
like-
with an N. Well, it's not. Was it an N or was it an M? Nothing to plug tonight. So just as always, be kind to people, especially yourself. And I will pass it to my name twin, sorta almost, Jemmy.
Thank you all for coming. I didn't expect Hexa to have to keep playing therapist, but you know, she'll do it.
The role you were given.
Don't you mean young summoner?
Mm.
Young summoner.
We're not keeping that one
Summoner
around.
wrestler. Yeah, young summoner is a wrestler.
No, it's a rapper.
Rapper.
Yeah.
It's a SoundCloud rapper, let's be for real.
Yeah.
Summer.
But thank you all for coming. I always love the chaos we get into here. Love the messy relationships that Hex is having with friends now, but also the healthy ones she's having. Being a good friend to Whitney and then being petty to Ethan, you know,
Valid.
is how it is. He started it. But no, come back next time. We love you all. And no one else has mentioned it on stream yet, so I will. Happy birthday, Calvin!
Oh, happy birthday, Calvin!
Yeah, happy birthday, Calvin.
Happy birthday, Calvin.
Thanks.
So
I
a
was like, no
Canadian
one mentioned
birthday
it on
is worth
stream.
like
Hold
what?
on.
Like 1.13 American birthdays? Is that right?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's adjusting right now, but
With the tariffs, you know.
with the birthday tariffs.
Birthday tariffs.
No, but I love you. I was not paying attention. Who hasn't gone?
I have not gone.
Go ahead,
Birthday
Calvin.
boy!
Birthday boy.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be sitting on that secret for a while. I was very tempted just to not say anything, but I didn't think it would really make sense at that moment, and Whitney would not have minded having someone along in case things went wrong. And now we're actually rescuing Whitney's aunt, so we'll see how that goes.
Rescuing. Depending on
Well,
if
I
you're...
mean-
yeah.
Until we find out she works for Ethan's dad.
Yeah.
Whitney's secrets already cost one innocent child its life.
Yeah.
No
That
drama
may be
there.
true. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Perhaps this is Whitney's spider tragedy. This is her canon event.
Oh, goodness.
Other than that, please check out the Win with Dice channel on YouTube, where we have hopefully gaming streams back soon. But we do still have our weekly tabletop RPG podcast. We actually have a couple episodes. Part 1 was last week, talking about a game that Ramon, my podcast partner, and Trey, who has been on the podcast a bunch of times and has written some official stuff for the Lancer RPG, they're working on a card-based TTRPG together, a card-based mech TTRPG, which I think is really cool. You like build your deck with like your pilot and mech talents. I think it's a really cool idea. We were talking about it, we got into it, so part 1 of that interview was last week and part 2 is tomorrow, so please check that out. And I'll pass it back to Aaron.
All right. Well, then that is it for those of us here at the Untold Stories Project. Until next time, keep rolling 20s. Night, everybody.
Night, everyone.